Hi, this is me, Oton from Nerdimations, and today I'm going to show you something I've been working on recently. It's basically a Mapchart game where you called the final say. It's based on the world, but a ton of bad shit happened to it, like total chaos and despair. There I'm talking about. The seas have significantly risen and burying tons of cities. These, the, these, the climate is finally recovering as countries no longer are even able to pump out enough CO2 to continue worsening the climate. And now there are three types of countries. The countries that are set on world domination. The countries that are set on keeping their own peace wherever they can, and those who have already quit. And I want to share the part that I've worked on. So there's types of regions. There's the cities, and the countryside. There's most likely going to be more countryside than cities, except if your country is really small, all and it has quite a few major urban areas, then it will have a lot of cities. Or if it simply it doesn't have a lot of land, anyways. And so I'm going to introduce each country one by one in the middle part of the Middle East. Please share your feedback on what I should change about this. Either are the places that are sunken underwater or places on the map. First, Iran. Here's their backstory. After the Iranian Revolution of 2026, the Iranian government became mostly nice and peaceful. They did lose their far eastern territory to rebels, who are now currently the chaos of Pakistan. They've mostly focused on trying to solve climate change, while everyone else focuses on killing each other. And it's been pretty peaceful for them. They have five major cities: Tabriz, Tehran, Isfahan, Yazd, and Mashhad. And they're pretty successful currently in the Middle East. They have allies in Iraq, Kurdistan, and Armenia. And due to their high elevation, and they are pretty well protected. Also, thanks to the climate, which due to recent water tons of with recent flooding, and also now desertification has ended. Currently, there are good portions in the center of Iran that are pretty good for farming. I mean, the soil isn't the best, given it's been hit both two ecological crises at the same time, but they're better than Iranian soil before. Iran is mostly a pacifist country. They have a population of about 39 million, and they're also known as a refugee state, a state that will accept refugees, and they'll do that a lot in these other countries. Next, the elephant in the room, Israel. Now, this isn't the Israel we know. The original Israeli government, it was overthrown by some mad dictators, and they realized that Israel literally was the one that had all the bombs. And due to other great powers basically disappearing off the map in alarming rates. Oh God, this map is lacky. they decided that they should go on a massive conquest spree because that would be fun. Totally. And currently they have ports from Mallorca all the way to to Socotra. They also abolish slavery because it turns out they're too lazy and like to see human suffering. Many Israelis themselves have fled the country to Iran on to escape from the tyranny that has been launched against Israelis themselves too. In 2098, a major incident happened where a woman wearing her hijab in the city of Suez was caught and she was executed. This pissed off the still existent Muslim community in these areas, who went who went on strike and caused many slave revolts in Arabia. The Israelis aren't ones to be nice, and so they killed millions of Arabs. They also, a year ago, sacked the city of Mecca. They almost sacked Medina until the Arabs came together and said, if you do that, we will actually pull up literally every single Muslim country and annihilate you. And so Israel had to back down for that one. They are expansionist and have a population of 19 million people. Next is Iraq. Iraq is totally screwed. The country literally put to the seaside. It is surrounded on all sides by hostile nations besides Iran. Iraq is beat. Iraq has already lost basically the lands that to it are valuable. There have been recently attempts to reclaim these areas, but they aren't anywhere near finished. They recently did it. It allowed the area of Haditha to become land again, but it's expected that it will be until the 2120s when the ruins of Baghdad will be reusable. Iraq is mostly a pacifist as they can't afford a war. Their major cities are Mosul, Arbil, Elam, and Raba. Next, there's the mess that we call Syria. I don't have much time to go through all of them. There's Amman on Damascus was taken by Israel. There's Homs, Hama, there's Raqqa, and there's Antib, and there's Urfa. All of them, I'm claim that they're the original Syria, but none of them are the original Syria. Y'all overthrew the original Syria a long time ago. Kurdistan is mostly chill. They're allied with Iran for safety purposes and are not very nice to Iraq. Their main cities are Bitlis and Van. And finally for today, the Caucasus. We have Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Now for Armenia, the floods have been amazing for their politics. With them being able to take many new territories and become the power of the Caucasus with the support of Iran, of course. Georgia and the Azerbaijan, though, have been forced into a backwaters, doing little to nothing. They're altogether they're Shaki, Tbilisi, Yerevan, Kars, and Erzurum as major cities. with these areas being the only reason why the Black and Caspian and oceans, and yes, they're referred to as oceans at this point, and aren't connected. I might change this in a future map, though. Altogether, the Middle East isn't the best, but compared to what I have for other regions, and they're not doing too bad. They still have some democratic and free nations left, but they still do have the looming threat of the Empire of Israel nearby. Anyways, thank you. You please make sure to not cause flooding and 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 you watch and be ready for the next video where I talk about the Balkans. It's in this map.